So the Green New Deal, I think, is kind of our signature policy, our signature platform at this point. Um, but parts of our platform and parts of the Green New Deal. Well, wait, no. How would you put it?
The Green New
The other
Deal,
way around.
the eco-socialist Green New Deal is not simply a climate bill,
Yes,
right?
there
It's
you go.
not.
That's a good way to
It's
put it.
about because capitalism's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
The core, one of the core problems we have is capitalism, and capitalism is total. Capitalism, invades every area of our society, every area of our culture, every area of our government, or almost every. I'm sure we can find some, exceptions to that rule, but they're exceptions. So the eco-socialist Green New Deal, as proposed by Howie, one of the big changes it made from previous ones, in addition to becoming explicitly eco-socialist, whereas Jill Stein's were more kind of liberal Keynesian Green New Deals. But Howie's Green New Deal proposal that he worked on for years with an economist named John Wren didn't just stop at climate, right? It nestled into it, a economic bill of rights that guaranteed, healthcare through Medicare for all, for a national health system, that guaranteed housing through public housing, that guaranteed a wage above poverty through a negative income tax, that guaranteed a living wage for those that work for a wage, that guaranteed a sustainable retirement by doubling. The first step for a sustainable retirement was doubling Social Security payouts, right? And guaranteed a lifelong public education from pre-K all the way through higher ed. So while the Green New Deal tends to be kind of thought of and pigeonholed as a climate policy, it really is an overarching policy that seeks to really transform the entirety of our society, the entirety of our economy, the entirety of our political system. Because you can't leave democracy out, right? One of the problems we struggle with as Greens is that we are actively repressed, right? We are actively kept off the ballot. We are actively kicked up. We've seen what's happened to Matt Howe in North Carolina, right? And so democracy is a key part of the Green New Deal because it guarantees that people can actually have a vote that matters, as opposed to right now when most districts are gerrymandered to the point that they're not even competitive. So it's much bigger than that, and it's kind of started to, Howie's version especially, has kind of started to grow to the point that it's encompassing other areas of our platform that weren't necessarily part of the Green New Deal.
Yeah, it's integrating in with the rest of the platform, which it kind of needs to, because the reason we have these 4 pillars, social justice, ecology, democracy, and peace, is because these 4 issues are deeply intertwined with each other because of the way capitalism works. So, essentially speaking, there's no way to deal with one of these pillars without dealing with the rest of the pillars. You've got to be able to have the very comprehensive view of these issues and a comprehensive solution. And that's what our eco-socialist Green New Deal is growing to become, a very comprehensive look at what society is like under capitalism and what all needs to change to create an eco-socialist society that actually deals with all of these issues underneath these 4 pillars. So, you could take a moment and look through some of these highlights from the Green Party's platform. But you could see where it's become very comprehensive to try to address all of these issues. So the Green Party is not a one-issue party, I think, is maybe perhaps the way to conclude this section. Unfortunately, people hear the word green and they think it's just the environment, or the Green New Deal, just the environment. And it's not just the environment. Obviously, that is a key pillar here, ecology. But there's 3 other pillars. Social justice, democracy, and peace. And all of them are equally important because they are also intersectional and intertwined with each other.